One bold prediction for Indian higher education in next 5 years.
The rote learning has been tradition of our country. Degrees are becoming less important. Time it will become redundant.
Where will India go in next 20 years?
Universities are in crisis. Their existence is being challenged.
So are we saying that the PGDM institutions are more agile in nature, less bureaucratic?
Yes.
A young boy coming from Mathura, dedicating his entire life into higher education. What is it higher education को आपको इतना motivate कर रहा है?
I devoted these years, around 49 years, in higher education.
There is a big question from the entire nation now. Will now NAAC vanish? NDA vanish? Now we all are in a turbulence that what if NAAC goes up?
This will be the regulatory structure which will look after all the higher education except medical and law education. Universities have to reinvent themselves. Similarly, these schools have to reinvent themselves.
Can we say that now more private agencies will come into accreditation?
If you do good work in education for 100, 200, 300, 500 years, then you do not require any government approval. Donald Trump has been pressurizing universities. Some of them bowed to the pressure, but many of them did not succumb to the pressure. What will be the role of the teacher? Teacher's role will be changed. Or AI will mediate between teacher and the students.
What is outcome-based education?
Degree can be replaced in next decade or so by credentials.
The adoption of outcome-based education in our country is very low right now.
Higher education in India will grow very fast. आदमी के पास में एक बटन दबाएगा और कोई ऐसी किताब नहीं, कोई ऐसी नॉलेज नहीं, इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं जो आदमी नहीं निकाल सकता.
One mistake most business schools are making today.
In our country, there is a tendency to take good things non-seriously.
I just want to know one or two strategic decisions that you have taken that जो आज भी याद है कि हाँ वो करा था इसलिए this has happened.
We are sure to become one of the developed nation. I have the idea how this can be solved. The only idea is that
Hello everybody and welcome to the latest episode of Beyond the Degree. Today's episode is extremely special because we have with us India's one of the most respected and influential leaders in Indian higher education, Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi sir. In the generation of Gen Zs, where literally working in an industry for 5 long years is considered to be a milestone, in such an era, we have somebody who has contributed to the industry for 5 long decades. He has not only served as an academic leader, but as a policy institution, helping institutions in policy decisions, accreditations, quality assurance, and you name it, and he has done it. In this 50 years of long career, he has also served as a director of BIMTECH, which is one of India's very prestigious business schools. He has served as a director, and during his tenure, BIMTECH has gone through NBA, NAAC, and even AACSB and NIRF. I got to learn immense from this podcast. Not only as his academic, but he has been a part of AICTE. He has also been a founder president of EPSI, the institution who has connected thousands of similar and like-minded institutions together. In this podcast, I got a chance to talk to Chaturvedi sir on some really burning issues. What is the future of Indian higher education? How should institutions adopt AI and transform the way they look at quality assurance? In this podcast, I got a chance to ask some really burning issues in higher education to Chaturvedi sir. What is the future of Indian higher education? How should institutions adopt AI and transform the way they look at quality assurance and accreditation? How did a 23-year-old boy from Mathura went on to becoming India's one of the respected leaders in higher education? And my personal favorite, how should the leaders of today's business schools think about accreditations and scale-ups? Whether you are an educator, institutional leader, policy maker, accreditation professional, or just somebody who is passionate about the future of learning, this episode is for you. This episode is packed with immense insights, so do not miss this episode. So without any further delay, join me in welcoming Dr. Harivansh Chaturvedi sir. सर वेलकम टू द लेटेस्ट एपिसोड ऑफ बियॉन्ड द डिग्री। सर बियॉन्ड द डिग्री एक ऐसा इनिशिएटिव है जहाँ पे वी एज ए इकोसिस्टम और इंडियन हायर एजुकेशन एग्जैक्टली कहाँ पे जा रहा है, ये हम आप जैसे सीनियर एकेडमिशियन से समझ के लेने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
वेरी गुड इनिशिएटिव।
यस एंड सर मैं एक बात बताना चाहता हूँ, जब से मैं हायर एजुकेशन में काम कर रहा हूँ तब से जितने मेरे इवेंट्स अटेंड किए हैं, जहाँ जहाँ पे मैं गया हूँ वहाँ पे आप हमेशा चीफ गेस्ट या आपका फोटो या कोई ना कोई आपके बारे में बहुत कुछ अच्छा बताता हमेशा था। तो हमेशा एक क्यूरियोसिटी थी कि ऐसी क्या पर्सनैलिटी है कि सब लोग जानते हैं और सब लोग इतना कुछ बोल रहे हैं। और जब अभी हम जब एक साथ जुड़ गए हैं तब मुझे पता चला कि आप कितने हाई एनर्जी हो और ऐसा लगता ही नहीं है कि आप 70 साल के हो। तो सर जब मैं आपकी प्रोफाइल पढ़ रहा था तब बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस थे। तो सर मैं आपसे समझ के लेने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि एग्जैक्टली आपने क्या क्या करा हुआ है। कैन यू हेल्प अस अंडरस्टैंड?
I feel humbled by sharing with you my life journey. I started way back in 1977
ओके
from University of Agra, and I started teaching in the Faculty of Commerce, Department of Business Administration. I devoted around 18 years. Then I was appointed as director in the All India Council for Technical Education, Delhi. I joined in 1995. There I worked for 4 years because it was a contractual job. So I was in search of some regular or more prestigious job. I learned a lot at EPSI by knowing how the universities and colleges and disciplines like engineering and management were evolving those times, post-liberalization times. So I worked there for 4 years. Then I was offered a director position by Birla Group to join their Birla Institute of Management Technology, which was located at Delhi. I put a condition that having a small campus at Delhi in the proximity with a school run by them will be not good for enhancing the prestige of the BIMTECH. So I insisted that we should have a residential campus. They agreed to it. We have got land at Greater Noida and we have built a beautiful campus by 2004. So in 2004 we have shifted BIMTECH from Delhi to Greater Noida. So we built BIMTECH, although it was 12 years old in 95. It started in 1988. So, but without having the residential campus, it was not growing. It was a regional brand. So we have aspired to make it a national brand, and we have got accreditation by 2009 from NBA and NAAC. Then we have gone for international accreditation. We have applied to ACSB around 2016, and we continued to work more and more, and ultimately by 2022 we could get ACSB accreditation. Due to COVID, there was a disturbance of 2.5 years, so it got delayed. So I devoted these years from 1977 up to 2026, around 49 years in higher education. I have got privilege to work with the ICT. But in 2005, I was having this idea that higher education in India will grow very fast, and there will be a lot of problems. So in 2005, realizing that there should be some industry body for higher education, for universities and colleges which were in private sector. So I thought about making a national forum.
Okay.
So I envisioned to set up a EPSI, Education Promotion Society for India,
Okay.
on the pattern of NASCOM and other industry bodies. So it was got registered at Delhi as a national body, and I have roped in some of my friends who were working in different universities and colleges, some promoters, some directors and vice chancellors. It got registered. We started in 2005, and during the last 20 years, it has become the only phase or only forum for private sector higher education providers,
Right.
which are in large numbers.
Yeah.
And we have in our membership rolls 6,000 colleges and around 500 private universities.
Amazing. So, sir, 49 years of career in higher education. And so this means that you started at the age of 21 as a professor.
Yes, yes.
And now you are a pro chancellor at ILM Greater Noida University.
Yeah.
So this is a big career shift in NIRF in the top 100 rankings. More PGDM institutions get ranked, and data also tells us the same thing over last 5 ranking years. So, sir, fundamentally, what is there anything that PGDM has extra advantage than an MBA? Why is this situation like this?
Actually, the very idea of management education was conceived by a renowned person who was the founder of IIM Ahmedabad. His name was late Dr. Vikram Sarabhai.
Yes.
And he was advising Prime Minister Nehru how management education should grow or developed, should be developed.
Correct.
Till 60s, there were hardly very few institutions.
Correct.
10, 15, 20 institutions, or all of them were MBA affiliated to some universities. But IIMs was a big jump into management education, setting up of first three IIMs, IIM Ahmedabad, Bangalore, Kolkata. So Vikram Sarabhai ji has advised Prime Minister that IIM should not be set up under the control of a university.
Okay.
Or they should not be made a university, because universities, according to him, have become dinosaur. They are very archaic, very rigid in their rules, and management education requires continuous innovation. Along with the development of business, changing economy, changing social transformation, social structure, the management education has to fastly change it. Similarly, medical education has to change it very fastly. So, management education, Vikram Sarabhai for IIMs advised, and Prime Minister agreed that it should be on the pattern of management education in France.
Okay.
In US, it is university-based education, MBA.
Yes.
But in France, it was under the control of Chamber of Commerce. Various chambers of commerce in various cities and national chambers, they have set up business schools. And that model was suggested by late Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, and IIMs were formed on that basis. And similarly, when Indian economy started its journey on the road of liberalization in 1991, there was requirement of plenty of MBAs. IIMs were not in position to generate or produce sufficient number of MBAs. So, to keep pace with the exponential growth of the economy, AICT was asked by the Education Ministry that you start similar program for private sector, because government cannot start 100 IIMs. So, PGDM program was started by AICTE. Okay. Initially in 1994, 95, it was allowed in rented accommodation, but later this the condition was imposed that the PGDM institution from starting they should have their own land and building.
So are we saying that the PGDM institutions are more agile in nature?
Yes.
Less bureaucratic?
Yes.
Then they're probably backed by private institutions, private setups. Yes. So they can innovate in a better way.
Yes.
Okay. So and also in all the ranked institutions, we see that a lot of innovation happens in PGDM institutions, right? Amazing. So sir, you took a lot of names here. A very random question. One fond memory with any of them that you always cherish.
Oh, I have been meeting all ministers from late Arjun Singh to current minister Mr. Pradhan. Almost all minister EPSI delegation has been going. Sometimes AIMS delegations have been going. I am part of AIMS also. I am vice president for their north region. Mr. Arjun Singh and after him another gentleman became the minister, and we have been treated very well by all the ministers because they respected us as a teachers. So Dr. Pallam Raju has been very polite after Arjun Singh ji. He was a very seasoned leader, politician. But Pallam Raju ji has been very, very polite and very courteous, very warm. Smriti Irani ji has been very warm. But later we have been meeting with other ministers also.
Okay.
And recently we have been, EPSI has been in touch with Minister Mr. Pradhan,
Right.
and Mr. Pradhan has been giving his ideas to EPSI, and we are supporting good initiatives of the government, positive initiatives of the government, and if anything wrong is being done in any segment of higher education, then we simply go to the minister or the UGC or the AICT and
Correct.
request to withdraw that order.
Correct. Sir, if you see your entire career, you have taken bold decisions, you have been working with the private sector, with government. I'm pretty sure if you, अगर आप हायर एजुकेशन में नहीं आते, किसी कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड में चले जाते, तभी भी आप कुछ बहुत बड़े बड़े कारनामे करते. तो why higher education? Also, if I'm not wrong, you're from Mathura.
Yes.
A young boy coming from Mathura, dedicating his entire life into higher education. What is in higher education जो आपको इतना motivate करता है?
Actually, higher education, I dreamed to become a teacher because when I completed my graduation, I have done BCom, but MBA was not available. It was not available in small places, small cities, and there were hardly 100, less than 100 institutions, and we could not think about spending money and going to. We were not knowing. My parents, father was not knowing, but there was a suggestion that I should do CA, but I knew that a teacher's life is more vibrant rather than life of a chartered accountant. They are always sitting on table and doing some work. So teaching, I was fascinated by in my school and my college that there were people talking, meeting young people, and they were very warm and very active people and enjoying the life. Like their work was, teaching was not too much load on them, and they were free to write books or to do research, and there were many options. Many of the teachers, they were in politics also, they become. So I dreamed that I should become a teacher.
Okay.
And my father was a very ordinary, I am from an ordinary family. He was working with bank. So my father wanted me to join a bank. I was appointed by Central Bank and Canara Bank. I worked for a few months with Canara Bank initially, but I was determined to go for teaching.
Sir, so if let us go back to your first job in Agra, and then AICT, then BIMTECH, then ILM. If you have to list down, if you are seeing the management graduates today, institutions today versus 50 years back, what has changed?
I do not remember any person who must have done MBA 50 years back when I started my career. So MBA in my city, I have not found anybody who. So I think after coming to Delhi, I was working in the Bureau for Management Education and for NBA. So I was meeting couple of management educators.
Okay.
And like Professor Joe Philip, Dr. Pritam Singh, and even Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and Professor Rajan Saxena, and Professor, so many people who were coming from top business schools.
Wow.
And by incidence, I became close to Dr. Pritam Singh,
Okay.
who was then director of MDI Gurgaon.
Gurgaon.
So we became close to each other. When I joined BIMTECH, I met him, requested him to help me to develop BIMTECH.
Okay.
So he immediately helped me, and he was the first person to inaugurate a seminar, national seminar, which I organized in 2002.
Wow.
Dr. Pritam Singh. And I think he was at Lucknow. I am Lucknow, not MDI. First, at the time, he was at IIM Lucknow, director. After few years, he shifted to MDI. So twice he has been director at IIM Lucknow and MDI. Later IMI, he was director general.
Okay.
So for around 20 years, he has been one of my mentors.
Okay.
But Dr. Rajan Saxena, Dr. Ishwar Dayal, and many other people also inspired me.
Wow.
And management education, I was reading continuously. I was meeting directors of different B schools in India, and I was also receiving their proposals. I was getting knowledge about how they are approved. I was also one of the officials of AICTE, working on an NBA.
Okay.
So NBA started their work in 96 or 97.
97.
So with Dr. I.K. Bhatt and Dr. Rajdhan and other people, I was involved in early years of NBA also.
Okay.
So I knew the basics of autonomy of management education. I was reading a lot. I was also aware about the future of management education, and government was promoting it. And at that time, many young people were coming to AICTE. They were starting their B schools in tier 2 or tier 3 cities. So I was very positive to help them. They were not having anything except their dream or inspiration to start a B school.
Right.
So I was just seeing that how will it go. So after 2007 till from 2019, sorry, so from 1996 to 2007, there was a boom, big boom of management education and engineering education.
Correct.
And every year, hundreds of new institutions were coming with the ICT approval. But later, global meltdown and 2007 onwards, there was decline. And there has been some questions about the quality and the employability. So after 2007, those who realized the crux of the management education, that you have to uh, give attention to linkages with the industry. You have to make a modern curriculum. You have to have good teachers. You have to develop teachers by organizing management development programs. You have to run MDP programs for corporates. So many ideas came during that time. Particularly PGM institutions were very fast to imbibe.
Yes.
So those who have imbibed these ideas and paid attention to the institution building, and human factor was given the top importance. They grown very fastly.
Correct.
And I can give many examples.
Correct.
BIMTECH was itself an example. It was a sleeping B school at Delhi. Nobody knew outside Delhi. I joined and worked for 10-15 years. It became a national brand, and people knew about BIMTECH because we have done whatever was required for blossoming of a B school.
Correct.
For keeping people at the top. Management did not intervene. They have given autonomy to the director, to me. I have further decentralized this autonomy to all the members. There were around 35 departments, so 35 colleagues, 75 faculty. They were all involved in that process. Implementing autonomy for vibrant growth of the management institution.
So, sir, there is a big question from the entire nation now that there is a lot of confusion around what will happen with AICT, what will happen with UGC. People are asking, will now NAAC vanish, NBA vanish? There are so many universities who have prepared themselves for NAAC and waiting for the NAAC submissions. Now we all are in a turbulence that what if NAAC goes away? So please help us to understand what is this new structure.
Very briefly, I would like to share with you and all the people who would be looking or seeing this podcast, that a new regulatory regime has to start within 2026 or in the next year.
Okay.
Why? Because on the recommendation of NEP 2020, the union government was supposed to bring a new bill.
Okay.
Earlier it was named Higher Education Commission of India, HECI.
HECI.
But a new name has been given to the bill. The new name is Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhisthan Bill 2025.
Correct.
So when it was presented in the parliament, there were some apprehensions of several party leaders that it will erode the powers of the state, and some members of parliament also raised objection to heavy penalty provisions. So ultimately government thought that instead of forcing it, they have slowed down it and taken the route of a parliamentary committee. It has been appointed. It is a 30 members committee. It is headed by Dr. Purandare Devi, who is a BJP MP from Andhra Pradesh, and there are members from different political parties based on their respective strength in the parliament. So this committee will give its report within 6 months. After the report, it will be placed to the parliament. Then this bill can be passed by the parliament if the current number of strength is seen, this government can get it passed by the end of 2026.
Okay.
After that, UGC, AICTE and NCTE, these are the three regulatory bodies responsible for technical education AICTE, for general education UGC, and for teacher education NCTE. These three regulatory bodies will be merged into VBSA.
Okay.
Viksit Bharat Shiksha Adhishthana.
Shiksha Adhishthana.
Okay. So, and under the VBSA, there will be three councils. Okay. One for accreditation, one for regulation, one for standards.
Okay.
So, whatever work ICT, UGC, NCT have been doing, that will be trifurcated into three separate bodies under VBSA. One for maintaining standards, it will be framed, standards will be framed by that body. One for regulation, approval for new institutions and taking actions against wrongdoings. And third was for accreditation. For accreditation, there will be a single body or multiple body. Earlier, NEP stated that there should be multiple accreditation bodies, and even the private sector can take up accreditation work. That what was the suggestion of NEP. Okay. But now they will be merging it into single body, and let us see what happens, because there is not complete clarity, but surely NAAC and NBA cannot have different types of models, and they will have to come to a consensus. Correct. And so this will be the regulatory structure which will look after all the higher education except medical and law education. So medical and law education will be looked after by the respective ministries.
So what I understand is that now there will be no major differentiation between AICT, UGC, NCT. They come under the same hut. So maybe the decision makings will happen faster. Maybe the same regulatory frameworks will be applied. Can we say that now more private agencies will come into accreditation?
No, it is not clear, but because this was recommendation of NEP. But in VBSA, unless it starts its operations, they will have to ponder on this issue, because people can have different opinions that private sector should be given or not to be given. In all over the world, private bodies are doing it. Private bodies of professors. Like in management education, there are three bodies: AACSB USA, EFMD Brussels, Europe, AMBA UK. These are not government bodies. Because there is a concept all over the world that government should not do accreditation. Government accreditation should be different from government. Government is giving a license for starting any university or college, but the accreditation should be done by a third party. So this is happening around the world, but here in our country, government has been doing accreditation. So now it is to be seen in what way the accreditation process will be started after VBSA comes into picture, and it will take next 1 or 2 years. By 2027, the clarity will come. A lot of deliberations have been done during last 1 year or 2 years, how to start accreditation in a new, under the new regulatory body of higher education.
Interesting. And sir, now there is a follow-up question on this. There are so many accreditations, right? NAAC, NBA, NIRF, local governments. There is ACSB, FMD, BGA, AMBA for business schools. So how should business schools look towards accreditations and compliance? Somehow it has started feeling that institutions, are they maintaining quality for accreditations or accreditations for quality? So people are getting stuck over there. So what is your suggestion for that?
My suggestion is that in the 21st century, quality and quality assurance have become very important in higher education. This is the way all over the world universities are going for accreditation and compliances. Compliance is important in India because government regulates regulation in higher education. Correct. But outside the world, uh, getting a license of university is not very difficult.
Right.
But the success of a university in Western world depended upon the legacy of the university. There are universities in US and England 800, 900 years old.
Right.
In Italy, the oldest university, University of Bologna. So Harvard and Cambridge and Wharton, they are all several hundred years old.
Correct.
And for if you do good work in education for 100, 200, 300, 500 years, then you do not require any government approval. Government come, government may go. Even you can see that sometime university academicians, they are not under the pressure of government. Particularly in USA, it has happened that when Donald Trump has been pressurizing universities, big universities, some of them bowed to the pressure, but many of them did not succumb to the pressure.
Correct.
They said that we are autonomous universities and we will devise our own way. And they were not dependent totally on the grants of the government. Like in India. In India, the government universities are dependent on grant of the government. Private universities are not dependent.
Correct.
So I would like to say that in the 21st century, simply theoretical learning or rote learning or degree printing will not serve any purpose. Degrees are becoming less important, and time may come, it will become redundant. What will happen? The degree can be replaced in next decade or so by credentials.
Okay.
So credentials, what are credentials? These are the certification of skills, and industry will be looking for any job. They will be looking for a particular bouquet of skills. Degree is not guaranteeing skills. A degree in our country is that you devote 2 years and you appear in the final examination, and our systems are very old, you prepare for some time. So current way our universities have been run for last from 1848 onwards, when first three universities were set up by British government in Calcutta, Madras and Bombay, 3 universities. So now after 200 years, this model will not survive.
Interesting.
So universities are in crisis. Their existence is being challenged, and NEP has proposed that their degree granting rights can be given to colleges also if they are having graded autonomy or their quality is high class. So degree will not be a important indicator of the quality of the knowledge or skill sets of a candidate. So universities have to reinvent themselves. Similarly, B schools have to reinvent themselves. Now nobody will look for going to the class that to get a knowledge or information. Informations are abundantly available free of cost.
Correct.
So for getting information, people will not come to a teacher. What will be the role of the teacher? Teacher's role will be changed. It will be a role of a coach, guide, and also advisor, nurturer, and many kinds of role, except dissemination of knowledge. In the classroom, students, teacher for some more years, teachers will remain. They will give a lecture, and they will use technology. They will use hybrid mode. And after that, if students have any query, post questions, doubts, instead of giving them tutorials, there will be bots, there will be AI tools where the students will call them, ask them questions, and like a robot, they will reply. Yes, just today, French University Dean has demonstrated.
Okay.
A small robot he brought, and he asked some questions as a teacher that I have conducted this class, and please let me know what was the response of the students. So he was of the view that robot or AI will mediate between teacher and students.
Wow.
What students perceived about the classroom learning, and if there is any doubt, the teacher will get the feedback, because normally people do not give the feedback for every lecture.
Correct.
But teacher will be getting feedback continuously.
We are saying now we are moving towards an era where teachers are not the only source of information. Teachers are not the only source of knowledge. They are probably the coaches, mentors.
Their role will be changed, and year by year they will be expected of new roles.
Correct.
That is, there will be bigger challenges for young generation. There will be bigger problems in in this world, and students will be expected to solve the problems, to do the projects rather than number crunching or going to examination.
Correct.
They will be given day-to-day basis problems, how they will be expected to develop critical thinking, creative thinking. They will be expected to solve the problems, day-to-day problems of common man, and teacher will be guiding them, and information will be available by using the AI. Everything can be found.
So now we are more focusing upon problem solving and critical thinking and the usage of that particular
Also
knowledge. Creativity. Fair enough. So sir, now this brings me to this new education policy that was launched. The earlier was right before in the British era.
No. This is third education policy. Second came in 1986, implemented in 1992 onwards. First came in 1968.
Okay. So it is often said that the earlier education policies were more towards rote learning, not towards creative thinking, critical thinking. So now what has NEP brought so new that everybody is talking about NEP? And also follow-up question, there are certain states, southern states are not accepting NEP at all.
Actually, before 1968 policy, no education policy has emphasized or recommended rote learning. But traditionally, the universities, there were two models of education. There was Gurukul Parampara. There were Gurukuls in ancient times and medieval times, Madarsas, Gurukuls. Then after the independence, more universities were opened. During the British time, there were universities started in 1848. 3 universities I referred. So the rote learning has been tradition of our country. That the teacher used to ask students to remember the knowledge and informations. And of course, they were grooming them, they were guiding them, and we have many stories how Lord Rama was groomed by his teachers, how Pandavas were groomed by their teachers, how Lord Krishna was groomed by his Guru Sandipan Rishi. So there were stories. Only during last 20-25 years, there has been very strong criticism of the Indian higher education or school education कि ये रटना क्यों आप प्रमोट करते हो, आप हर चीज़ रट के आए स्टूडेंट क्यों भाई. अब जब कैलकुलेटर आ गया तो उन्होंने कहा भाई ये पहाड़ा रटने की ज़रूरत तो नहीं है और फॉर्मूले रटने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपने कैलकुलेटर को भी बड़ी मुश्किल से एक्सेप्ट किया. अभी भी कैलकुलेटर को एग्जामिनेशन में अलाउ नहीं करते हैं, ठीक है. लेकिन अब कंप्यूटर आ गया, लैपटॉप आ गया, मोबाइल कंप्यूटर बन गया, तो आदमी के पास में एक बटन दबाएगा और कोई ऐसी किताब नहीं, कोई ऐसी नॉलेज नहीं, इन्फॉर्मेशन नहीं जो आदमी नहीं निकाल सकते.
करेक्ट.
तो स्टूडेंट्स को टीचर की ज़रूरत है उसके बियॉन्ड जाने के लिए. इन्फॉर्मेशन तो ज़्यादा फास्ट हैं, टीचर से ज़्यादा फास्ट हैं.
करेक्ट.
सो टीचर के सामने चैलेंज है कि आप यू कांट कम्पीट विद द यंग जनरेशन टू रिट्राइव द इंफॉर्मेशन. They since school days they have been trained and they develop these skills by fiddling with gadgets. So they are good in retrieving information, but they are not good in understanding self, developing self, understanding the capacity of their mind, and adopting values in life. So there can be many things which a teacher can teach them, and they can give them idea that how they should develop themselves as a holistically groomed professional.
Correct. And also NEP is focusing a lot on outcome based education.
Right.
Right. So for our audience, in 1 minute, can you explain what is outcome based education?
I think the idea of outcome based education has come from the best practices of higher education around the world, and ultimate test of a cake or a pudding is in eating.
Correct.
So if we are teaching anything, we have been using examinations for testing the knowledge. So testing of knowledge by examination is a very rudimentary, out of date method. Examinations have many pitfalls. Paper can be leaked out. Student can go for selective learning. Even the teachers many times repeat the same paper, same questions for umpteen years. So examination are not the real test. And in our country, number of student is more than around 30 crores. Suppose 25 crores in schools and 4 or 5 crores in higher education. It's a huge number.
Yes.
And even for the admissions, there are tests, entrance tests. They are for civil services and other government jobs, there are entrance tests or competitions. So conducting examination has become a big challenge.
Correct.
Many times papers are leaked out, manipulated, results are manipulated,
Right.
and there is lot of hue and cry because job unemployment is a big problem
Correct.
in our country. So now what is the solution? Industry is saying that the engineers coming out from our colleges and universities and MBAs, they are not fit for the industry. Their employability is poor. Out of 100 for MBA, many times people say only 50% are employable. For engineers, only 30% are employable.
Yes.
Because when expanding the institutions and higher education, we have not given a thought that how will you ensure the quality and where from the teachers, good teachers will come. Teachers development, faculty development have been a neglected area in our country.
Very true.
We have expanded engineering colleges. We have around 5,000-6,000 engineering colleges, 4,000-5,000 B schools. We have 1,300 universities. We have 5 crores students. And if we go for target for 2035, that is 10 years henceforth, the GR should be 50%.
Correct.
So right now 5 crores. So if it becomes 50%, then it will be 10 crores. So additional 5 crores students will enter into higher education. So how will you ensure the quality? The quality should be enforced. It cannot be measured by inputs. It cannot be measured by answers written by the students. A good student can fail or can secure less marks. A clever student, by devoting less time and less efforts, can get higher marks.
Higher marks.
And there is corruption in education system also. People can manipulate the results.
Correct.
So I think all over the world, the current theory of education, which is based on Bloom's taxonomy, it requires that it should be outcome based.
Correct.
What was the purpose of any course? A teacher has to decide, a university has to decide. For teaching any course, first define the objectives, course objectives.
Correct.
First, before that, define program objectives.
Correct.
Then after the assessment, decide to what extent the program objectives and course objectives have been achieved.
Correct.
So this is outcome based education.
Amazing. And sir, this sounds very simple right now, that this is what logic, common sense. But sir, the adoption of outcome based education in our country is very low right now. Lot of faculties, also you mentioned a very interesting point, that we are opening universities, the gross enrollment ratio will rise, but are we really focusing on the faculty training, the teacher training? And this is becoming a big problem.
I have the idea how this can be solved. Only idea is that for a school teacher, you have to have degree of B.Ed and some training under the B.Ed. You have to study, you have to practice teaching skills. But for higher education, there is no course like this. People do PhD, but in PhD there is no emphasis on teaching. You just do research. And similarly, so you need to, for any higher education discipline, you need to make it compulsory that for teaching profession there should be All India service. I think we can think about All India service in higher education, like civil service in general administration, in defense there are different services, and for foreign services there are IFS. Similarly, we should have all India service in higher education,
Okay.
and it can be state level or central level, and there should be training like for IAS after passing the examination, and they join for 1 year probation,
Yes.
and they send to different parts of the country, different departments, and they are supposed to undergo very rigorous training.
Correct.
Similarly, army officers, similarly doctors, everywhere for professional education we need to give rigorous training. But teacher, we think that a teacher who has done a post graduation or PhD, he or she can be appointed, and they do not know how to teach.
Correct. So we are saying that becoming a teacher should be as difficult as becoming an IAS officer.
Yes.
Amazing. This is a very nice thought. Because I mean, no objections to anybody, but
why talented people should come for teaching profession? Because the salary and perks and service conditions for civil servants are much better, much better than the teaching. Why should they people like in India, people would like to become engineer, doctor, or civil servant. In marriage market, number one is civil servant, then engineer, doctors. Why? And a teacher is considered a low esteem job.
correct.
What did we do? Pay scales have been improved. But in many places, private sector, we find many places, not all places, that the working conditions are not good.
Correct.
Similarly, in government system also, salary is government rates, but working conditions are not good. So you need to, along with the good salary, you have to create good service conditions. Whether we are giving a good office to the teacher, we are giving them the computer and laptop, these are basic for teaching. Whether you are giving them opportunities for doing research, whether you are giving them opportunities for faculty development. So our system is not giving top priority for producing good teachers.
Correct. So you are saying that not only the teacher's capability should increase, but the entire ecosystem should mature.
Yes.
They should feel like there are a lot of perks here. The fraternity should provide more opportunities. Then only the good faculties will come. Right? And also it is said, sir, that, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times the faculties who, for example, who are teaching computer engineering, they will not be able to actually go in industry and write a code. They'll be very far, very theoretical. How do you see, so the question that I'm coming to is that we always talk about industry interactions. We say that it should be very close to the industry. But if the faculties are not very close to the industry, how will they promote this to the students?
So it is very clear that for professional education, by liberal education, social science, etc., they are not required to go to the industry, but they should go for field work, social science. And in liberal arts, you need to go for some creativity related work, writing novels or writing poems, etc., painting, doing painting. But for professional education of all kinds, medical, legal, management, engineering, there is requirement of secondment. Like a lawyer has to undergo training with some senior lawyer or some law firm. Medical doctor has to do internship. According to the directives of the medical commission, a MBBS to get the degree is required to treat at least 2,200 patients.
Correct.
2,200 patients with records.
Yes.
So similarly for management and engineering or for all kinds of higher education which are related to producing manpower for industry, it is required that teachers should in a 5 years or 3 years period, they should go to the industry for few months, 3 months or 6 months, or every year they can go for 1 month. They should stay there, they should work with industry, and they should bring experience of the industry. Similarly, professor of practice, although government has accepted now, there are regulations of UGC, but still most of the universities are not having professor of practice. They are still thinking that PhD होना चाहिए. इंडस्ट्री का आदमी PhD की डिग्री कहाँ से लाएगा? नहीं होती है. फिर उनको ट्रेनिंग भी देनी होती है कि भाई आप आइए तो आप पहले 3 महीने आपको हम ट्रेनिंग देते हैं टीचिंग कैसे करनी है. But they bring plethora of knowledge, practical knowledge. So we need to bring many people, more and more people as professor of practice in academia.
Amazing, amazing. So
And teachers should be sent for secondment from 3 months to 2 years secondment, that they should and teacher cannot find themselves, because industry will not allow teachers to come and they will not agree to it. But it should be it should be a tripartite settlement between the government and industry and academia, that all industries will have to take certain number of teachers to come to the industry at plant level or office level, and they should work.
correct.
And their salary will be paid by the parent institution.
Oh.
So industry will have to only give them exposure or opportunity to work with the industry professionals.
Correct. Amazing, amazing. So, sir, now coming to the end of the entire session. So, what I'm understanding is that there are going to be regulatory changes. Private agencies might come into accreditations. Quality will need to be the center of everything. Outcome-based education has to be the first thing that faculties. Before we talk about student development, we should think about faculty development. We should think about how we equip the faculties in getting more resources. How can we bring more and more capable faculties to the ecosystem? Now, sir, last part, there has been a lot of emphasis in the current days on internationalization. I see a lot of universities having a dual degree program, exchange program. Then I also see a lot of universities just doing MOUs for the name's sake, and nothing happens under those MOUs. And there are LinkedIn posts.
I tell you, I understood your question.
Huh.
Sorry for interruption. In this world, where every person is under the gaze of camera, every human being is having a smartphone. In that smartphone, there is a camera. So any fake thing, any manipulation cannot sustain. Anytime it can be exposed by unknown quarters. What happened recently in AI Impact Summit? And it was a big scandal. It has given dent into the reputation of a private university. So I think internationalization is not simply having MOUs on papers. These have no meaning. What are the active agreements under which faculty students are being exchanged?
Correct.
What are collaborative opportunities for teachers, research activities?
Correct.
What are the real collaborative efforts by students and teachers working in different parts of the world on a common problem? And this is being promoted. Like I know that there is a body, Erasmus Mundus, a funding agency from European, sponsored by European Union. They are giving funds, for research projects, and they are given in millions. And at BIMTECH and here also we have received some grants, and they are the global projects.
Wow.
Their insistence is that they will prefer a multi-continent research project.
Oh.
Like 6 countries, faculty from 6 countries should work on a common problem.
Wow.
They will fund it. They do not say that we will not give a single institution or a single country funding, but mostly their projects are multi-country, multi-institution. One institution will be the lead, other will be member. They will work jointly, they will hold meetings in different places.
Amazing. Sir, because this also brings me to one interesting point. There are student exchange programs, and there are what do they call it?
Immersion?
The immersion programs.
Immersions are short-term program for 1 week to 1 month.
And sir, here, I don't want to take names of anybody here, but they just, in the name of that we are immersing, they are sending people to Dubai and places, and just, it's a party. Nothing actually happens in those immersion programs.
Actually, in our country, there is a tendency to take good things non-seriously. For good things, you should be very serious.
Yes.
Okay? So, immersion, currently it is like a tour for the students, fun tour. But when there will be rigorous evaluation of every minute activity of a university or a college or a B school, then surely they will have to change it and they will have to improve it. Otherwise, one thing is also good, that traveling to other than your own place or your own country, it is also a learning. But surely it should not limit only to going to sightseeing and just living in a hotel. So I agree with you that immersion program should be hosted by a reputed university or college. Suppose I send students to IIM Nagpur. This is also immersion. It is not necessary that immersion should only for foreign countries.
Correct.
Because our paying capacity of our students and parents may not allow it.
Correct.
So we can send our students in batches to different good institutions in public and private sector.
Correct.
We can send them to neighboring countries like Singapore and UAE, where good institutions are located. Hong Kong, we can send it. We can. So depending upon the paying capacity, we have to devise a program, and some teachers, mostly teachers are going, but there should be some classes. So now all universities, because they are having this funding problems, they have to earn a lot other than the fees received from the students. So they are taking immersion programs. They are offering immersion programs. They are getting money. If you are going to a reputed place, they will organize classes for 4-5 days. Just we have concluded a 10 days program for the students from Vorarlberg University from Austria at ILM, and they stayed here, and it was there were classes, Indian students from ILM students and Vorarlberg University students, around 30 students. They were attending class, they were going to different sites, they were visiting some places, and they were studying cross-cultural communication.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
And they are coming every year.
So what I'm understanding is there has to be a robust process who is trying to judge quality everywhere. Probably right now that quality system doesn't exist in India. It happens with NAAC, NBA or accreditations, but people, this better. People
culture need to be transformed, that when we go for coffee to a restaurant, pay 200 rupees. Why we are paying 200 rupees? Because we want to get a good place, good coffee, good service.
Correct.
When we are going to a hospital, we will, based on our paying capacity and our health insurance, we will go for a best of the hospital.
Correct.
And who will decide best of the hospital? The quality. There should be some independent accreditation agency. So there are accreditation agencies for hospitals, there are for diagnostic laboratories, everything there are accreditation agencies. Like food products. Suppose I am buying snacks. So I see that the product is having FSSAI certification.
Yes.
I will go for it.
Correct.
If I know that FSSAI is the government body which is doing it very sincerely, dedicated manner. So any snack or any food item, any pickle or any food and beverage, if it is having FSSAI accreditation, then it surely it must be of good quality. Similarly, accreditation from NBA or NAAC, there can be some problems in accreditation also, but now we hope that when new systems will come, there will be less probabilities of more manipulations.
Correct. Sir, last two questions before we go to the rapid fire. The entire globe right now is saying that India is going to have highest growth. It's highly growing right now. India's growth story is spoken about a lot. What do you see? Where will India go in next 20 years as compared to the global economy?
I have one rider. Rider is that if we are improving the quality of our education. Education means school education and higher education, all types of education. If we are able to improve the quality year by year by year by year and reach to the global level within next 10-15 years, we are sure to become one of the developed nation on the current parameters. Current parameters means that if we have around $12,000 per annum per capita income, then it is considered. Like China is having. So our per capita income is around $2,500.
Correct.
So I think unless you spend uh, more and more on education and health, human capital need to be upgraded. Human capital need to be upgraded.
Correct.
And we have to create good job opportunities and also for entrepreneurial opportunities by giving more and more support and funding to the startups.
Yes.
So I am of the view that unless we improve the quality of human or the people and give them new skills. For example, one major problem will be impact of AI.
Yes.
The World Bank says, Mr. Ajay Banga has given interview and he has said, it is on YouTube, that next 5 years AI will kill 120 million jobs in the world and create 40 million jobs. So there will be a deficit of 80 million jobs globally. So out of this 80 million jobs deficit, India will also have its own share. So unless we arrange to bridge this gap from other sectors,
Correct.
there can be social upheaval. This is the warning given by World Bank.
World. Because sir, there is one very alarming situation that always the global industries come to India because one, there is a lot of resources over here and cheap labor. So India still is looked upon in the global sense as a country who has cheap labor. The day when our education systems go up and India is seen as they have a lot of creativity, so let's go there. I guess that's the real developed definition.
I think we have to work on two fronts. One is we have to produce millions of young people knowing AI skills. Number two, we have to find out a way to bridge the gap between jobs lost, jobs created.
Correct.
And we have to create jobs in many sectors where there is untapped potential, like tourism, like travel, like health sector, like agriculture, like agribusiness, like defense industry. So there are many sectors where trained manpower is not available.
Correct.
Even for running drones, we need millions of young people who are trained.
Correct.
So drones will be vehicle for mobility.
Correct.
And we do not have proper trained people. Similarly, for hospitality industry, hotel industry, restaurants, food. Food is a big industry in our country because we are 1.4 billion. So we need more and more properly trained cooks. We need more and more chef. We need more and more drivers of good quality. So we need a system which is providing skills rather than degrees.
Correct me if I'm wrong. So you were the director at BIMTECH for all 24 years.
25 years.
25 years. So sir, in 25 सालों में, I just want to know one or two strategic decisions that you have taken and जो आज भी याद है कि हाँ वो करा था इसलिए this has happened.
So two decisions have been very landmark decisions in my life as a director or as a CEO of a B school, BIMTECH. First decision was that there was an offer from Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University to give affiliation for MBA degree to BIMTECH, which was at that time located at Delhi. And we were planning to shift to Greater Noida after making the campus. So my predecessor, late Dr. C.V. Gupta, advised me to go for MBA. And I knew that the PGDM is having the hidden potential.
Yeah.
It is having autonomy to decide the curriculum, to decide the fees, to decide everything almost. and there was no intervention of government. Only thing was that it was having quality control of AICTE.
Correct.
So I insisted that no, sir, I uh, deferred with him, and I requested him that we should not be forced to shift towards MBA affiliation. So it was heartburning with my predecessor, but I knew that if we are affiliated with a university, we will become a small part of a big organization.
Correct.
And that will kill our creativity and our innovation and our aspirations.
Correct.
So first decision was not to go for university affiliation. It proved right for last 25 years. Secondly, uh, I was working with EPSI in 2011. AICTE has withdrawn the autonomy of PGDM institutions. At that time, there were 545 D schools having PGDM approval from AICTE.
Okay.
So we pursued AICTE chairman at the time. Dr. Mantha was the chairman, and we very humbly pursued and requested that this decision is wrong, and there is no reason, which was understandable, and withdrawing the autonomy will kill this whole idea of having a good quality professional managers for the growing economy of India. So he was not ready, and he was very rigid, and he was blaming that we are doing something wrong. So we went to minister. At the time, Mr. Kapil Sibal was the minister. He was very busy with some telecom issues, so he did not help. But later we realized that there is no option but to go to Supreme Court.
Right.
So it was my decision, along with my other colleagues from PGDM institutions, that now we should not waste our time and we should go to the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And we have challenged the decision of the AICTE that without any ground you can't withdraw the autonomy, because it was the part of the initial design of AICTE.
Correct.
So AICTE offered two types of programs: MBA with having university affiliation, and PGDM program having autonomy and only approval of AICTE.
Correct.
So we fought the case for 8 years.
Oh.
And for 8 years we have got it stayed, and it was very big support to the whole community of PGDM institutions. Everybody knows, and I was tried by some of the people to create a fear in my mind that if I continue to lead it, then there can be some personal problem for me, professional or personal problem. But I didn't worry about it, because I knew that I am on the right path. I was supported by late Dr. Pritam Singh and some other leaders like Father Abraham, who was heading the XLRI, Professor Joe Philip, who is the who has been director of IIM Bangalore, and currently he is the founder of XIME group of institutions. So many of the legends, they were supporting me. They were going with me in delegations. We were meeting too many people. Ultimately, the new government came in 2014, and education minister was Smriti Irani ji.
Okay.
And we met her, we convinced her that PGDM issue should be resolved, and we were spending a lot of money. So we knew our limitation, that forever we can't fight in Supreme Court, and court is giving only 1 year extension, year by year by year. So Smriti Irani ji has asked the civil servants from Education Ministry that they should resolve it.
Okay.
But when Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe ji has joined AICTE chairman, I think around 2016, he understood our point, and he realized that AICTE was at fault and we are not doing anything wrong. And Dr. Pritam Singh also fervently requested him to resolve this matter. So after joining him, he has called all of us. So leading institutions, director, delegation of EPSI met them. AIMS, which is the oldest body for management educate institutions, they have also joined it. So both AIMS and EPSI, they have gone to Dr. Sahasrabudhe. We discussed on table, and he resolved most of the problems. And then we have gone for out of court settlement. So this way we could save the autonomy of PGDM. The vibrancy of management education, I can say with all confidence, out of 100 ranking, NIRF ranking, first 100 ranking, most of the positions are occupied by PGDM institutes.
Correct.
Not by affiliated colleges.
Correct.
Except FMS Delhi and a few, 2, 3 more. So in a whole country, either in top 100 ranking, IIMs are occupying it.
Correct.
And some IITs are occupying it. But rest of the positions are occupied by PGDM institutes.
Correct.
Even among top 10, you will find MDI or SPGen.
Yes.
So this was the biggest bold decision I have taken. It was a risky decision.
Correct.
We were facing wrath of the powerful people.
Wow.
And they have tried to take revenge also. When I was setting up another BIMTECH campus at Bhubaneswar. So I am now forgetting all these things, but only matter of satisfaction is that a leader has to be courageous.
Correct.
A leader has to be bold when situation requires that you should not bow down to the pressure of wrong people.
Correct. Sir, now we are at the summary and conclusion of this podcast. And so I have a quick 5-question rapid fire. This will summarize our entire discussion. So let's get started, sir. One mistake most business schools are making today.
They are making mistake by highlighting the placement salary publicly, and they are thinking that they can lure students by making false claims.
Amazing. One metric every leader of the institution must monitor.
I think most important metric or parameter of the growth or success of any university or college can be how do you find talent and how do you develop them for longer duration and they do not leave you.
Amazing. One capability a future faculty must build.
They should reinvent themselves continuously. They should know what are their shortcomings, their weaknesses, and they should become great researcher. They should become innovator, and they should become supportive to the startup and incubators, and they should become a good coach or mentor for the students.
Amazing. One bold prediction for Indian higher education in next 5 years.
Next 5 years, there will be many ups and downs, and poor quality institutions may perish, they may be closed down, and good institutions will grow.
And last, there are a lot of rankings in the country today. One thing that no rankings will ever capture.
Most of the rankings parameters are related to inputs and outputs and processing, but many times they are not evaluating the quality of the leadership and governance.
Amazing. Great. And last, sir, there are a lot of senior leaders who watch the podcast, all directors, deans. You have been a dean yourself a lot of years. One suggestion for them.
I think the academic leaders, they should be democratic, and they should be people-centric, and they should be doers rather than simply doing the compliance or doing the routine things. They should have some futuristic vision, and if they can deliver, then owners will also support them, and the teachers will also be happy to work with them.
Amazing. Great. Thanks a lot, sir. This was
My
a great
pleasure.
learning for myself.
Pleasure.
Thank
Shubham,
you.
Good.